Coming up on NTC News Tonight, is your program a priority to the university? We'll let you know what President Baker says. Also, finals are coming up, a look at how students are preparing, and details on how you can get cash for your textbooks. NTC News Tonight starts right now.
And I'm Nicole Ryan. It's Thursday, December 1st. Thanks, guys. Today I went to a Black Lives Matter protest where the participants blocked off the bus turnaround by the Holmes Student Center. The protesters made a wall with their bodies to protest injustices at the university and throughout the country. A van attempted to drive through the human wall, but was stopped by police before injuring any participants. The standoff between the Black Lives Matter group and police lasted around 30 minutes before being broken up. Members of the Black Lives Matter movement say their goal is to inform the NIU community that they deserve respect and are here to stay.
Well, the purpose of all of our demonstrations are the same. We want to continue to show the Black community and our allies that we can unite one another and come together. A lot of times we feel as though Black students can only get together for parties and things like that, and so we want to show them that we can get together for a cause, stand together to raise our voice against the injustice that is now evident on NIU's campus.
I've been involved in social justice and activism back home in Chicago with the organization by the name of Kumba Links. So I'm no stranger to social activism and rallying with my peers. I think it was really important for us to start doing it here at NIU because we are the PWI, and the more unified we are, the bigger message that we're going to send to inform our campus and the racist people on campus, like, we're here to stay and we're going to be treated right and we don't care if you're upset about it.
I think for me, my greatest frustration is being a graduate student, a doctoral student of color here, and not feeling as connected, not just as a student of color, but also as a graduate student. So I wanted to get involved because I see a lot of undergraduate students doing amazing work, but I wonder about where there's opportunity for graduate students and faculty to also help support those efforts and help lead.
Students interested in getting involved with the Black Lives Matter movement are encouraged to come out to a demonstration to show their support. Back to you guys. The DeKalb Police Department is cracking down on retailers selling tobacco to minors. 7-Eleven and Amoco were among those found to be in violation of the law. The compliance checks are used to enforce and educate tobacco retailers on minimum age tobacco laws. Here's what's happening in today's World Watch. One person is dead and over 100 others are injured after a train crash in Hoboken, New Jersey. Rail service in the Hoboken area is currently suspended, leaving commuters to Manhattan with few options. The transit train plowed into a major train station, severely damaging a terminal. The train ran over the bumper block and the front of the train went past the tracks. The impact was so severe that the first car of the train went airborne, leaving passengers trapped.
The hardest part that hurts me is when I went to run in, I ended up stepping over a dead woman's body. That bothered me. You know, I backed up and looked and said, what the? And nothing you can do for her.
At least 17 people have been taken to local hospitals with serious injuries. Both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump have given statements about the train crash in New Jersey today. Clinton says she found the images horrifying, while Trump says that the country's failing infrastructure was to blame for the accident. He also tweeted that he was the only one who could fix the problem. The night may not have turned out the way the Clinton campaign wanted, but the day started out hopeful. Here's a look back at Clinton's last day on the campaign trail.
Hillary Clinton started off Election Day by making a quick stop home in Chappaqua, New York to cast her vote. Unlike in 2008, this time her name was on the ballot. Other voters and onlookers lined up outside Douglas Grafflin Elementary School to show their support for the former First Lady turned presidential nominee. Soon after voting, presumably for herself, Clinton and her staff continued their campaign.
So, for those who are still making up your minds or thinking maybe it's not worth voting at all, let me just say the choice in this election could not be clearer.
Once the polls closed and the votes poured in, Clinton and her opponent, Donald Trump, were locked in a close battle for the presidency. Several key states, including Florida, Ohio, and Georgia, ended up going to Trump, which pushed him over the 270 mark for the Electoral College. The night wasn't a total loss for Clinton, as she took home the popular vote. She delivered her concession speech this morning to a large crowd of her supporters.
I know how disappointed you feel because I feel it too. And so do tens of millions of Americans who invested their hopes and dreams in this effort. This is painful, and it will be for a long time. But I want you to remember this. Our campaign was never about one person or even one election. It was about the country we love and about building an America that's hopeful, inclusive, and big-hearted.
Only time will tell if Clinton's hope for an inclusive government will take shape under Trump's leadership.